because you don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. Okay, here we go. Ready? One more time with the woos. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So good. You guys earned it. Black Panther 72, farmersonly.com. Now, we also have a co-host for the tour. His name is Jimmy Fallon.
You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guy,
Jordan.
and the greatest driver,
James.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Jordan.
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That is right. We do have a few safety rules to go over. So first, if you need guest assistance or you have a medical emergency, if you drop something of value off the side of the tram or you're experiencing sound or video issues, you go ahead and pull that red inside the vehicle at all times. Now, our studio is private property, and if at any point during the tours can't wait to use the restroom, you're in a relationship, you're ready to be out of that relationship, you pull that red cord. I'll be back to personally help you out with that. I see it. We have coloring books for the breakup-y people. So outside of that, no smoking while on board the tour. Also, no selfie sticks. So if you need to use a selfie stick, use the original one. It's called your arm. And then finally, if your phones are out, watch out. There'll be sudden tram movements, fire effects, water effects, a lot of loud noises. So if your phones are out, watch out so they don't get wet. If you just got your hair done, watch out so that doesn't get wet. And then finally, if you're a parent on board and you have a child with you, as the parent, if you don't want to get wet, use the baby. Just pick them up, put them right against the water right there. If they start to cry, say, shut up. And we're good. Okay, now if you look on your... That's classic parenting right there. Shut up. Okay, if you look on your left and right hand side, these movie posters represent some of the thousands of movies we've made here on our lot. I'm going to shout out some movies just to see what we have on board. We're going to start with the 80s. If you're fans of these movies, raise your hand and make some noise. Here we go. Do we have any fans of The Breakfast Club on board? Yes, we got a few. Okay, let's go 90s. Let me do this. Do we have any Jurassic Park fans on board? Okay, we gotta do one more for the kids. Let's go 2000s. Do we have any Despicable Me fans on board? Okay, this one like it. Okay, this has nothing to do with the tour for movies, but I do want to ask this question. Can anyone on board sing? Do we have any singers? Any singers? No. Okay, thought we had one. Oh, one, kind of one. Okay. Let me rephrase it. Is there anyone on board who sings in the shower? Any shower singers? There's so many liars. That's hilarious. I bring that up. We're going to take you to our front lot. We have a number of sound stages right out here. Now, we use sound stages so filmmakers have the greatest degree of control over lighting and sound. The first sound stage is going to be on your left. It's used for...
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest sound stage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
That's right, on your left-hand side, the doors are actually open. You can take a quick peek inside of there, but that is actually where they film NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice. Oh, wow, I did that bad. Let me do that one. That's where they film NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice. Okay, you guys don't applaud. You guys don't care about self-esteem on this tour. No, we tried. Now, I'm going to be getting a little bit quieter on the microphone right now as they are setting up filming right inside of here for a commercial, which is really cool. So I'm going to be quieter on the microphone. And all these sound stages you're seeing out here have actually all been used for TV shows and film. So on your left, these sound stages have been used for TV shows like the show Colony. We've also had classic TV show out here, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Movies out here such as Psycho, Red Dragon. Soundstage 17 and 16 are going to be passing by in just a second. That right there is home to NBC's hit comedy Superstore starring America Ferrera and Ben Feldman. Now that show itself takes place in a huge big box retail store called Cloud9. It's actually so large it does take up 3 sound stages on our lot, 17, 16, and the third we're going to be passing by is Soundstage 21. If you don't know Superstore, one of the producers on it is Mindy Kaling. If you don't know Mindy Kaling, you may know her better as Kelly Kapoor from one of my favorite TV shows of all time, The Office. Yes. Now, if you've never seen Superstore, take a look.
It's hot in here, but let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
If you love game shows, we also have Hollywood Game Night.
Scrabble times. Uzo Aduba or David Oyelowo?
Now, if you love game shows or competition series, January 3rd, actually, there's a new game competition series coming out called Titan Games, hosted by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yes, very exciting. January 3rd on NBC. And on your left-hand side, this right here is Soundstage 21. If anyone on board is fans of Jim Carrey when he was the Grinch, that is actually the very soundstage where they held the Grinch's lair for that movie. Super exciting. On your right-hand side, this large building right here, that is Soundstage 29. That is actually used for the most recent season of Family Feud, which is hosted by Steve Harvey. Filmed it right inside of there. Steve Harvey is no stranger to our lot. He actually has a talk show called Steve. He films that on our lot as well inside of Soundstage 1. Soundstage 41, back in 1999, he actually had scenes from the Steve Harvey show filmed right inside of there. But as of right now, Soundstage 41 is used for Good Girls, starring Christina Hendricks, Mae Whitman, and Greta. If you don't know Greta, you may know her as Donna Meagle from Parks and Rec. Good Girls actually filmed right inside of there. If you love Thelma and Louise or Breaking Bad, you're gonna love Good Girls. They're on their second season right now. I'm very excited for that show. But now, once again, for all of my Despicable Me fans, we do have some videos for you on your right-hand side. They're right in front of Soundstages 43 and 44. These Soundstages have been used for a number of TV shows throughout the years, such as Parenthood, The Jeffersons, Different Strokes. We also had scenes from the TV show Martin film out here. Also scenes from a TV show called Sabrina the Teenage Witch, starring Melissa Joan Hart. Now, Soundstage 44, you'll see a poster up there. Kristen Bell, and Ted Danson. The Good Place actually filmed scenes right inside of Soundstage 44. But for my adults on your left-hand side, we actually have a TED just for you. Ooh, it's 4:14. It's almost happy hour. For my adults on board, happy hour is margaritas and martinis. For my kids on board, that is apple juices and sippy cups. On your left-hand side, these right here are production bungalows used by the top writers, producers, and directors. For example, if you are fans of the Despicable Me franchise, or if you've seen Dr. Seuss's The Grinch starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Illumination Entertainment actually utilizes these bungalows right here, which is really amazing. These used to serve as dressing rooms for some of Hollywood's biggest stars, such as Rock Hudson, Doris Day, Jimmy Stewart, in later years Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd. Now, what's really amazing about this area, guys, we're going to be passing by it. You're going to be looking for Bungalow 5195. Bungalow 5195 is actually used by a man who's actually been making cameos since before Stan Lee. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're going to see it on your left-hand side right now. See if you can recognize him. There he is.
My name is Alfred Hitchcock. We all go a little mad sometimes. Have you seen them?
If you don't know him, he's literally the master of suspense. Now on your left-hand side, these are some of the newer sound stages on our line. If you read the names on these parking spaces, you'll be able to tell, because these sound stages are dedicated to
Anastasia Beaverhouse. Just an ordinary tourist from the Midwest.
Oh, me too. What part?
Mission, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Home of the fighting Caucasians.
right there. Will and Grace actually films right inside of these sound stages right here. But also, guess what else is filmed right out here? Let me phrase it this way. Do we have any dancers on board? Any dancers? Any dancers? James? I'd say 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe I asked it wrong. Let me rephrase it. Where my twerkers? Where my twerkers? I see the grandparents in the back. On your left-hand side, this right here was also used. I don't know if it was I just thought it would be funny if I said right there. Who knows? World of Dance also films right out here with my ex-girlfriend as the executive producer, Jennifer Lopez. We dated for 10 years. She doesn't know about it, but let's not talk about it. Either way, World of Dance, they're going to be starting season 3 in March, so be on the lookout for that. But now we're going to take you into our backlot. This area is known as our Metropolitan sets. This is literally, the world is like right around the corner right out here. To give you an idea of everything that films right out here, if you take a look on your right hand side, look at that building with the staircase coming down. Once you get a good look at it, and look at your screens.
Place the dog! In the shower! It's like bad. Outside good. Inside bad. Outside.
Right there, guys. High School Musical film. I'm so sorry. Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey filmed that very scene right there.
Okay, you're done now.
B-E-A-U. To give you an even better idea, here's a trivia question for everyone. If you grab a DeLorean and you drive 88 miles an hour down this very street, do we all know what happens? I heard it in cartoon. You do get a speeding ticket, that is correct. The speed limit is 65. But really quick, on your left-hand side, I gotta ask this question first. Do we have any fans of the Cheetah Girl? I'm sorry. Do we have any Back to the Future fans on board? There we go. I didn't mean to say the Cheetah Girls. If you look on your left-hand side, this right here is the very famous clock tower from the film Back to the Future, most notably Back to the Future Part 2. Now, if you take a quick look at your screens, you'll be able to tell the clock tower doesn't look the exact same as you may remember it from the films, and that is because it was so recognizable. Filmmakers actually had to change up the design so it wouldn't look the exact same in their films. For example, if you put some snow in the building and you call this area Kingston Falls, this was actually used in the movie The Gremlins. We also had this area and this clock tower used all the way back in the late 50s for the first episode ever of The Twilight Zone. And we had a nutty professor out here, his name is Eddie Murphy. Thank you for not laughing. I didn't think it was funny either. Whatever. We had the nutty professor out there film scenes right out there using that clock tower. But where we're going now, I don't know how to introduce it. I'm going to have my co-host do it for me.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday
Hi,
Night
Danny.
This is actually my old neighborhood. What's got mugged over there? An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City.
I'm walking here.
Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just, walking in. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
That is right. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Because out here on New York Street, this area has been starting to look like Chicago for the Blues Brothers. It's been Minneapolis for Jingle All the Way, starring Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger. We also had this area set up to look like New York, as it is now, for Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, starring Macaulay Culkin. James, you do know he changed his name legally to Macaulay Culkin. Interesting name. But also, we've had this area set up to look like St. Louis, Missouri for the film What's Love Got to Do with It. Now, get this, I'm going to be very open and honest with you guys. I'm a huge superhero nerd. Do we have any Avengers fans on board? Guys, we had 3 different Avengers out here. We had Captain America, we had the Hulk, we had Spider-Man. So let's put it this way. So we had Captain America for the first Captain America film. That is Captain America, the First Avenger. If you remember the scene where Steve Rogers first gets injected with the serum to make him very strong, fun fact, they did use my body as the body double. Your boy swole. In that scene, he starts chasing Nazis down the streets of Brooklyn. That took place right out here. We also had the original Incredible Hulk. That is Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby running through the streets of New York. And for Spider-Man, we had Tobey Maguire for Spider-Man 2. That's the one with Dr. Octopus as the villain. We also had him running through these streets. Now, this next one is not an Avenger, but it is my favorite superhero of all time. I'm actually going to show you my wallet. Don't judge. We had Batman out here. Actually, let me do that over. I can do that better. I like the Yeezys.
We had this area set up to look like Gotham City for Batman and Robin.
That's right, I'm single. I am single. Thank you. We have this area set up to look like Gotham City as well. No, you don't have to say way single. Who knows? I went to prom by myself, but I went. So also, right out here, guys, I have to shout this out. This is like my favorite thing in the world. As a kid, it's not a real superhero, but it's like an honorary superhero. Who remembers Matthew Broderick when he was Inspector Gadget? Okay, 3 of you. You guys remember that? You guys remember that theme song? It was like na 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 na, Inspector Gadget, na 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 na. If you sing the song, meet me afterwards. I'm gonna add you on MySpace. As we drive by the way, really quick, look on your left and right hand sides. Look to the top of the buildings, and you'll actually be able to tell the higher up you go, the windows actually get slightly smaller. If you guys can see that, that's a cool trick known as forced perspective. Basically, they film upwards with their cameras, so that way, in film, it gives the illusion that these buildings are the exact same height as they should be in their respective films. For example, I know a lot of you are wondering, but Jordan, why are you so good with the ladies? Let me tell you, it's because Austin Powers was right out here for A Spy Who Shagged Me. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Now, we've also been able to work with some of my favorite Academy Award-winning directors, such as Steven Spielberg, Angelina Jolie, another one for the movie King Kong, Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your like a sweet lovely adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, you know, prehistoric times. What kind of place is this? So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just put them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Here is a question for everyone on board. Do we have any King Kong fans on board? Yes. Okay, so really quick, as another reminder, just for everyone's safety on board. While we're inside, hold on very, very tight to all of your belongings, especially in this very order. You want to hold on to your phones, then the stuff you bought, then the rest of your family in the order of who you love from greatest to least. Finally, do you have those 3D glasses in your hands and ready to go? Because this is the part right here, guys. This is my favorite part, because in just a second, we're going to be taking you back to Wakanda. Oh wait, hold on, that's awkward, Skull Island. Skull Island. Black Panther, Wakanda, King Kong, Skull Island. I get it confused every time. Every time. Okay, so now we should all be wide awake now for sure. We should all be woke. We're gonna do this wave one more time. All right, if we do this wave even better than before, Happy New Year for me. Everyone's getting free water fountain water for the rest of your trip here. Here we go. We're gonna do this wave one more, one more time, starting from the front. I want to hear the woos. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Oh, apparently you guys were thirsty because water's on me. You just push that button and it'll just fly out of there. Now, get this. What you just saw, that was some of the world's largest 3D screens coming in at 40 feet high, 180 feet wide. That was brought to us by the special effects team known as Weta Digital. Now, you may think you've never heard of Weta Digital, but if you've ever seen Avengers Infinity War or Wonder Woman or Guardians of the Galaxy or Deadpool or the original Lord of the Rings trilogy or Hercules or Xena Warrior Princess, you've seen Weta Digital's work. They actually did the special effects for all those movies I just named out. Now, in that very attraction just went through, you saw the T-Rex pull the tram into the screen. Anytime there's a vehicle on screen, that is what we call a picture car. Now, you may recognize some of these very picture cars, right? Wait, what is this? She's gone. Okay, this is what I wanted. So if you get your cameras out and ready to go, on your left-hand side, we're going to be passing by some of the most famous picture cars. For example, if anybody on board remembers either Magnum PI or Knight Rider, we're going to be passing by that Ford Cobra, aka Kit, from Knight Rider. That right there is specifically the 2008 Knight Rider, but that right there is the very Ferrari from the 1980 classic Magnum. Oh yeah! We have some Back to the Future vehicles from my Back to the Future fans. And of course, if you never skip leg day, that is where those Flintstone vehicles come in handy. But of course, what would this area be without our Fast and Furious vehicles? So good. But again, like I said, I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. If we have anyone on board who's seen Jurassic World or Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, that right there is the very gyrosphere that was used in the production of those films. Finishing us off as our Transformer vehicles. Okay, so once again, I gotta shout this out. I'm gonna see if we can all do something together. So once again, where are my Jurassic Park fans at? Out of curiosity, I see you guys. Okay, so you guys remember that song when the gates open and that song plays where it's like, da, 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 da. You guys know that song? Okay, when I play this next clip, after this clip plays, we're all gonna sing that together. Okay, thumbs up if we're ready for this song. I gotta make sure I see everyone. Car 2, are we good? Car 3, car 4, here we go. And action, here we go.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Here we go, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You gotta hit it. All right. All right. Some of you guys can't sing, but it's not me. Now, if you remember the original trilogy of Jurassic Park, on your right-hand side, this was used in Jurassic Park Part 3 in the scene when they escaped the bird cage. But on your left-hand side, oh, what is that? Hey, buddy, what are you looking at me for? Oh my goodness. Are those dinosaurs? No one be afraid. They are carnivores, so we should be safe. Okay, well, at least they're inside, right? We shouldn't have anything. I didn't even know. I've done this tour so many times, I've never seen that before. I would have warned you if I knew that was coming. Yeah. Glorious. By the way, that mobile app that we just passed by is the mobile app that was actually used in this very scene. That's the mobile app that we just passed by where the doctors got eaten. By the way, really quick, if you've never seen Jurassic Park, how would you explain it? If you've seen The Notebook or 50 Shades of Grey, very similar movies. Jurassic Park is actually a romantic film. If you don't believe me, let's watch and break this down together. Right there, clue number 1. Romantic film, because right there she hits her head on the glass, symbolizing in a relationship, sometimes love is painful. Let's continue breaking this down. Now right there he yells, don't move. In a relationship he's trying to show you listening is very vital in a relationship. Here we go. Watch as this culminates. She wasn't listening. So that right there is exactly why This is a movie about relationships. Who's enlightened? Anyone? There we go. Rewatch the film. Watch Titanic first, and then watch this, and you'll be like, wow, Jurassic Park, way better. Way better, love. Now, in that very scene, you will notice it was raining in that very clip. Now, get this. We actually filmed that scene where the trailer was falling off in our parking lot. Now, in sunny Southern California, it's hard to get the rain that we want when we need it. So we actually have to create our very own weather effects. We're going to take you down to this area on our lot known as Old Mexico. If you read the language on the buildings, you'll notice it's all in Spanish. It's really exciting. But if you, as we come in, everyone focus all of your attention on your left-hand side. So anytime we need weather, I'll show you how we create the weather effects. The thunder you are hearing is being used by state-of-the-art speakers, but not Beats by Dre. Do not get that confused. The lightning that you saw is actually done by strobe effects, but my favorite weather effects, guys, is whenever we need to make it rain. Whenever we need to make it rain, we use $1,001 bills, and we just throw, I'm so sorry. We use sprinklers, everyone. Sprinklers. We shoot the water straight up in the air so that way it can naturally fall to the ground. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn you all into actors right now. This is what's going to happen. We're going to start with car 4, 3, 2, then 1. If you see anything coming down the hill, I want to hear everyone's best impersonation of a horror movie scream. All right? For example, ah! Right? Okay. So if you see anything coming down that hill, we're going to start off with car 4 and work our way down. Ready? And action. Let's see. Oh, I hear it. Okay, car 3. Do you have a scream? Okay. What about car 2? And then car 1. Do you guys have a scream at all? That was good. It's almost playing. Now the very effect that you just saw looked like this in action.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
Does anyone on board actually remember Big Fat Liar though? Anybody? Yes? Okay. Honestly, most of you should know what it means to lie, because a lot of you on board are liars. Remember that time I was like, who sings in the shower? You didn't raise your hands, you're liars. On your left-hand side, by the way. This area was actually used by Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase for the Three Amigos. But also, yes. But also we had this area set up for my favorite Jack Black movie of all time. Do we have any Nacho Libre fans? Guys, okay, let's try this. On the count of 3, we're all gonna yell Nacho. We're gonna hold it for like 3 seconds. Are we ready for this? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nacho! That was so good. If we start a band right now, it'll be called Sister Act 3. That was so amazing what just happened. So where we are right now, this area, oh, what's happening in the windows? Are they fighting again? Yeah, they are. This is an area on our lot known as 6 Points, Texas. A lot of your favorite Western stars have actually been out here from time to time. Now we got the name 6 Points, Texas because back in the silent film era, there were 6 distinct films out here in 6 Points. Each street came with its own bank, its own sheriff station, and its own salon. I'm sorry, saloon. Cowboys weren't getting their hair done back in the day. Unless we're talking weaves, then maybe. On your left-hand side, look inside of Soundstage 27. You can actually see the doors are open. You can see a little bit inside of there. Get this, guys, the most recent thing that actually filmed inside of there. If you've seen the latest trailer for Jordan Peele's new movie called Us, he actually filmed a lot of scenes right inside of Soundstage 27. Now, not long from now, you're going to be seeing this on screens. Because we're going to be passing by active filming, which means I have to get off microphone. You guys can keep talking if you want to. I just have to get off microphone. Matter of fact, I'm going to get a little bit quieter right now. On your right-hand side, we're going to be passing by the set of Home and Family, which stars Debbie Mathofis. Is going to be right back there behind those trailers.
Oh, hi, guys. Hi.
Everybody sing to them. Ready? Don't you wish your true love was Don't you? Okay, that was random. But either way, they actually have that area set up for Home and Family right out there. But this area we're going into is actually called Little Europe, and we call it that because we can turn it into any European place, like Germany, France, or Spain, or we can turn it into a good place.
Shasta, I'm dead.
I'm not supposed to be
exterior scenes for The Good Place right out here.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
Doesn't sound awesome.
The Good Place. Once again, they film it right out here. It's actually nominated for a Golden Globe. As of right now, this is the time where I'm going to be getting off microphone. But I will be pointing out really quick before I let you guys go that this is actually the area where Universal invented the horror movie genre. And we're going to be passing by here. See a lamppost sitting by itself. That area is known as the Court of Miracles. That is the birthplace of a number of movie bosses. Okay, I'll be back in just a minute. Alright everyone, we did it. That right there set up home and family on your left hand side. If you look, you will actually see the lights and the cameras are set up. Now we're just waiting for the words action. So, what was that? Alright, that's a little tremor. Either way, just to be safe, hold on very, very tight to your arms. What I really want to talk about is why was I rejected? Okay, this is the big one. Everyone hold on tight. Oh my God. Everyone, the ceiling is caving in. Oh, wow. The ceiling is on fire. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I think I meant to say the roof. The roof. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. We're just going to let it burn. Everyone on your right-hand side, the floor is splitting open up here. Wow. You know, with all this fire in here, some would say it's lit. We are shaking so much. Is this what twerking is like? They're like, what you gonna do with all that junk inside your junk? Alright, everyone, luckily there is no water this time. I would get very upset if there was water. Oh no. I guess my water broke. Oh, hilarious. Not that bad. So sorry. And just to make sure. Okay. I'm a Nets fan. I can't talk about it. This tour is sponsored by Payless. You can get Champion brand product shoes for $2 for $30. Wow. Oh wait, are they tweeting in the back? Oh my gosh, they're like, oh my gosh, my tour guide is so attractive. Hashtag blessed. That's so amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Now that very earthquake effect that you just saw looks like this in action.
What's going on?
Now, do we have any fans of Finding Nemo on... I'm sorry, do we have any Jaws fans on board? That's what I meant to say. On your right-hand side, everyone, welcome back to Amity Island. It's a beautiful area. As you can tell, we have captured all of the sharks. What is that? What is that? Okay, really quick, if we all can, everyone just remain calm. My best friend is out there. His name is George. George? George. Hey, George, buddy, there is a shark in the water. I don't want to freak you out, but if you can't just leave the water, punch him in the nose.
Agárrate, carita, agárrate, carita. Agárrate, carita. Agárrate.
Without the... Okay, no. Okay, really quick, everyone, safety protocol for everyone on board. Universal's #1 tip is safety. We're going to hide behind these flammable gas tanks right now for your safety. If you look right out there, there is a barrel that George attached some bait to just in case of danger. As long as if the shark takes the bait, the shark is taking the bait. He's taking the bait. But he's also taking the pier as well. Oh. Wow. This totally reminds me of my favorite Nelly song. He was like, it's getting hot in here, so take off. Sorry. As long as the barrel does not move, that does mean we have captured the... Gotcha. You were listening to my voice. Gotcha. So good. Wow. Everyone raise your hands. Who jumped? Who jumped? Did anyone jump? I see jumpers. Jumpers. Anyone? I see car 3 jumps for sure. Car 2. Jumpers. No one in car 4 jumps? Wow, you guys must all be superheroes. That's exciting. Really quick, safety protocol. If you're a parent on board, you do have a child with you. If at any point during the tour your child feels unsafe or afraid, do not be afraid to throw them overboard as a sacrifice. Remember, when in doubt, throw them out. Okay? Okay, I see you holding on tight. Say I love you one more time if you need to. Now, if you remember the movie Jaws, this is actually the very first ever summer blockbuster in the history of movies. But get this, the very first day of filming that movie, their mechanical shark actually sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean because hashtag, the struggle was real.
Shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark was working well enough for a while there and things had fallen. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Also, if you all can, do me one final favor. Take one last look on your left-hand side, because this area was also used as Cabot Cove for Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. If you don't know Angela Lansbury, you may know her better as the voice of Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast. You may recognize her actually when she sounded like this. Beauty and the Beast. Oh, that's right. You guys don't clap. Already forgot. My bad. My self-esteem is taking shots. All right. On your right-hand side, this area right here is known as our Chicken Ranch. It was used in films like Shout, starring John Travolta. Also, Quantum Leap. But take a really quick look on your left-hand side. We're going to be passing by this area. It's known as Colonial Street. Down this area, they actually have everything set up for filming right now. But this greenhouse we're passing was actually used by Andy Griffith for the TV show Matlock. We also had down that street Wisteria Lane for ABC's Desperate Housewives as well. We got Austin Powers, or Michael Myers and Beyonce out there for Austin Powers and Goldmember. We also had Buffy the Vampire Slayer film some scenes out there. We had my favorite sketch duo out there, Key and Peele, filmed some sketches out there, but also Who remembers Shrek? Who remembers the movie Shrek? You guys remember Shrek? You guys remember that song All Star by the band Smash Mouth? Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. And actually filmed a lot of that music video right out there on that very street. And if you don't remember that music video, one of the dopest music videos ever, take a look at the screens. I have a clip of Smash Mouth for you. Somebody once told me the world was gonna... That was Smash Mouth. A little darker than I remember, but very attractive. Am I right? Totally single. On your left and right hand sides right here. This area, it seems like we're nowhere. This area is actually known as Wilderness Road. Now, super dope. If you take your hands and you make a camera lens like this, if you put it up against any of these bushes, you can actually turn this area into a real wilderness. For example, we actually had Sandra Bullock out here for that movie that is trending so hard. Bird Box actually filmed some scenes right out here in Wilderness Road. I know that sounds strange, but trust me, we can get stranger. Do you guys know where we're going now? Oh, I heard someone saying, everyone welcome back to the set of 50 Shades Darker. I'm sorry, where am I at? Everyone welcome back to the set of... Right here, what you are seeing on your right-hand side. Ron Howard reading everything of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, what you're seeing right here, the entire city of Whoville was actually all constructed using styrofoam. They used 2 million linear feet of styrofoam for the production. This is just a small portion. Whoville in its entirety took up 11 sound stages on our lot. Jim Carrey was actually in the makeup chair for upwards of 10 hours a day to get in and out of makeup. You know how long that is? Remember how long it took a lot of you to get ready for prom? Like 10 hours. And if you like Psycho, actually, do we have any Psycho fans out there? Let me ask it that way. We do. There we go. Everyone, you can see him right now in the window. He's modeling for our upcoming J.C. Penney catalog entitled "Who's in the Trunk?" That right there, Norman Bates. Everyone, if you've never seen Psycho, it is an amazing family film. If you've ever seen Dora the Explorer or The Fairly Odd Parents, you will love Psycho. So beautiful. Now, on your screens, you will see the Psycho house. We're actually going to be passing by the Psycho house. It's going to be on your left-hand side. What's super amazing, if you look on the second floor, you'll actually be able to see Mama Bates. She's actually sitting in her rocking chair. She has her eyeliner on, her concealer, and her blush. Beyonce actually wrote a song about her called Flawless. So beautiful. Right there. But where we're going to be taking you now, guys. The largest exterior set on our backlot. Everyone, welcome back to the set of That's So Raven. I'm so sorry. Everyone, welcome back to the set of War of the Worlds. Now, to tell you a little bit more about this area, here is the production designer Rick Carter and Steven Spielberg.
A set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. That's my helmet. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Robbie, get in. Get in.
Once again, everyone, that was the set for Kim Possible. I'm sorry. I just keep these. Okay. War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds. Now, what you saw, by the way, on your left-hand side, that right there is a real 747 that they used for the production of that film. Now, get this. It cost $60,000 for them to purchase that plane, which doesn't sound much for a plane that size, but trust me when I tell you, if you've ever shopped online, you know just as well as I do. They always get you in shipping and handling every single time. It was $200,000 for them to ship that plane to our backlot, which is why I have Amazon Prime. It's 2-day shipping. Beautiful deal. Beautiful deal. Now, as we pass by, you're going to be seeing an amazingly awesome building. It's our log cabin. This log cabin actually comes equipped with one of the greatest theme songs in the world. If you remember John Candy and the Great Outdoors, Yakety Yak, Never Should You Ever Talk Back. However, there's the very log cabin used for that film, but just beyond it, you're going to see a large blue screen. blue screen is known as our Falls Lake area. I'll explain it to you as you take a look at this scene from the movie Sully. So basically, I'll explain to you everything that's real and the one thing that's not real. So far, Tom Hanks is real, the people are real, the water is real. Right out there, you'll actually see a large pit of water, a large pit. Inside that pit, we can actually fill it up with water, as you see right here in the scene for Sully. Now check this out. I couldn't even believe this next part was real. Everyone, those champion shoes right there. Once again, you can get those at Payless for $30. Black, white, beige, amazing pair of shoes. Those are real. The only thing that's not real is that city skyline that you're seeing in the background right there. That is all being utilized over that large blue screen using CGI or computer-generated imagery. For example, right out there, the latest movie that's in theaters right now for the Transformers is called Bumblebee. Their final scene is actually filmed right out there in that Falls Lake area. But also, do we have any SpongeBob fans on board? Yes. If you remember SpongeBob, a couple of times where David Hasselhoff is on screen, that's actually filmed right out there as well. Now,